Hello, welcome to episode 87 of the Datapack tutorial series, version 1.21. We're going to be making simple waystones, but we're going to make them, well, they could be simpler to be honest, but we're going to make them data-driven. We might have to come back to this and do a bit more at one point. I'll show you why later. I think there's a few things that could be improved, but here we have two waystones. We have location 1 and location 2. When I first come up to it, it's going to say waystone added. And now if I click on it again, it'll bring up a list of my available destinations. And I can click on that. And it'll take me there. Okay, here I am. Okay, and if I go up to my next waystone and click on it, that one is now activated as well. And now if I click on either of them, it's going to bring up the list of both. And I can teleport between them. Cool, so that is the general idea. We're going to make them data-driven, partly. And that's where I think we can make some improvements. Anyway, let's get on and build it now. Okay, let's start in VS Code and add some folders and files. I'm going to go to my namespace, function, new folder, and this is where I'm going to put all my functions, keep them tidy. Just call it waystone, and inside waystone, a new folder, which I'll call controllers, and inside waystone again, a new folder, which I will call setup. And we're going to use the loading tick as well. Okay, inside setup, new file. This will be the setup for the waystone data. Well, if we could type at all. And inside controllers, we need activate waystone. And we want activate, we'll call it tag check. Are they going to be causing a problem for me today, those underlines? Naughty little things. And we'll have activate first time. So this is going to be the first time they click on the waystone. And activate repeat. That'll be for every other time they click on the same waystone. Okay, and then we want to be able to teleport them as well. So we'll have a new file. We'll have teleport. But before I teleport them, I want to teleport init, and I want to initialize some data for teleporting as well. Teleport init data. Okay, I think we're done. Let's set up the data first. Waystone data. Okay, we will data modify storage. Let's use the usual old ID data. And we'll call it waystones, and we'll set the value of that to open. I'm going to have 1, 2, 3 waystones. You know, I'm going to split this onto separate lines like I often do for this. So I'm going to get myself a little backslash there, copy, and I'm just going to put 1 there. I'm going to put 1 there, 1 there, and 1 there. Okay, so this command is exactly the same as it was before, but now it's split onto different lines, because each one of these little brackets here is going to be a waystone. Now the first one, because we're going to use triggers, you can't use trigger 0 for this system, so this is going to be just blank. So we're just going to put index equals 0 and just leave it like that. This next one will be index 1. This will be the first of our actual waystones, and we'll have a tag. This is a tag it's going to add to the player when they first click. We'll call it location 1. We'll give it a name. This will be its display name. So we'll give that a capital letter, location 1. We'll make that look a bit nicer. And we want a destination. And this is just going to be a list of values. So I think we'll go back to Minecraft. I'll get myself some wool. Wool, let's have any wool. Just pick green and purple. There we go. We'll have 1 here. And we'll have 1 here. Let's say this is number 1. Field, tab. So we're going to copy them. And what direction do we want to face? Let's face the green block. Let's press F3 and let's check our yaw and pitch. It's right in the middle there. I press T, it's right here. Minus 80, 12. That'll do. Okay, let's go back. I'm just going to paste the X, Y, and Z in there. And I've forgotten what those values were already. Minus 80, 12. Okay. And then we'll put minus 80, 12. It's not happy. It wants to be separated by commas. There we go. There's our destination. Cool, so that's one done. Let's copy that. Copy, paste it into the next one. And we'll just say you are location 2. Your name will be location 2. Different destination though, so let's get a new destination. Let's get this block here. Fill tab to tab 135616. 135616, and we're probably going to be looking in a different angle. Let's let's say we'll teleport looking over at that one, which is 9013. That'll do. 90. Oh, we'll leave it at 12. It's close enough. Save. Okay, so we've got 2 destinations or 2 waystones set up. It's got a tag it's going to give to the player. It's got a nice name to display, and it's got the destination it's going to teleport you to. Okay. Right. Let's go off to probably the load function next. Let's do load. So one thing we want to do is, well, we want to set up that data. So let's do function set up the waystone data. And then we need some scores, scoreboard, objectives, add waystone trigger. It will be a trigger. And I want something to store an index as well. Scoreboard, objectives, add index dummy. Save that. Okay, that'll do for load. Let's shut down all these windows, Control K W. Let's go to activate waystone. Whoop, activate waystone. Right, what do we want to do here? Clear some temporary data. Data remove from storage. ID temp. Waystone. Then I want to store some temporary data. Now I'm going to call this function and I'm going to pass it an index. So we'll have access to an index. So actually first, let's just do, say, index, save. Now let's go back here and get ourselves a command block. And we'll have one there by that waystone. We'll do this one first. We will function activate waystone, and here at the end I'm going to pass that index. Index, we'll say this one's number 2. Done. Control middle mouse, copy that with its command, put it in there, and we'll say this one is index number 1. Done. Let's put a block on top of that. I think I used chisels, didn't I? Let's use one of them. Put you on there. Press that. Put you on there. Press that. Let's do a reload. Reload. Now you say 1. And you've got index 1 written there. Okay, so you should be saying 2. 2. Nice. Okay, cool. While we're here, we'll remove some tags from ourselves as well. Tag at S, remove location 1. Copy that, put it down, chain always active, and we'll remove location 2. This will just be for testing. Remove tags. Okay. Right. So we're calling this and we're passing that index. So that's useful. Now let's store some temporary data since we've cleaned it out already. We will do data, modify, storage, ID temp, waystone, set value. Actually, let's call it waystone index. Let's do that, waystone.index, and we'll set that value to that index that we were passing. Index. Now it's not happy because we need a $sign at the beginning, say you are using data that has been passed. Okay, and I'm just going to copy that. Copy, paste myself a new one down, and I'm going to data modify waystone dot tag, and I'm going to set from storage ID data waystones open and close the index dot tag. So if index is 0, we are going to come into waystone data, and we're going to go into 0 and go, we're not using that one. Cool. We could change that index to a 2 though, couldn't we? There we go. So if index is 1, it's going to come into this one. So we have 0. It's not actually using this index here. It is using the fact that this is stored in element 0. This is stored in element 1. So it's actually, this is just really here for me to see easily. Because imagine if you had 20 of them, you want to be able to see which is which nice and easily. So it's going to come in here to element 1, and it's going to go to tag, and it's going to save location 1. And it's going to save that in waystone.tag. Okay, now let's check if the player has used the waystone before. So we're going to check if they've got that tag. We will execute as we're just going to do nearest player. Run function, activate tag check with storage ID temp waystone. Now we're passing ID temp waystone. So we're passing this, which means we have access to the index and we have access to the tag. Let's save that. Okay, let's do the tag check in here. So what we would say, let's pretend it's location 1. We would do execute as s tag equals location 1 run return run function repeat. So if it comes in here and they do have tag location 1, well then they've pressed this button before and they'll go off to the repeat. Let's copy that. Now if they haven't, this one is just going to be run. It's the last thing in this function anyway. This will be activate first time. And this time we're going to pass the storage as well with storage ID temp waystone. So remember, if we pass that, we will still have access to the index and the tag. Now, this one has to be, doesn't have the tag. Now this is no good because we've hard coded these tags. So what we want to do is use the tag that was passed. Tag, and then say you are using data that was passed. Okay, let's save that. Let's go to activate first time and say first. Let's go to activate repeat and say repeat. Let's go back and see if we've got anything we can test. Reload. Let's clear tags just in case we've got any. Okay, first time here, repeat, repeat. Okay, so that's not particularly good. Let's see what we've got. Tag at P, remove location 1, location 2. I do have them. Oh, we've put at S, that's why. It's trying to remove the tag from the command block. That's not very good. Okay, there we go. Let's press it again. Should be my first time now. I don't have the tag. First, and if I press it again, first. Oh, but I do have the tag. Tag at P remove. I don't. It's not giving me the tag. Okay, why is it not giving me the tag? Because we haven't told it to. We're just coming in here and saying first. Okay, so what we want to do is tag the player. Now we are passing the tag, so we can do tag s add tag. And we'll say you are using past data. And we'll save that. Okay, so now it's coming in and it's tagging the player. I think we should do another test. do a reload. Remove any tags just in case. First, repeat, repeat, repeat. Yep. What about this one? Have we set it up yet? First, repeat, repeat. Cool. Okay. Let's go back. Let's get rid of that save first. Let's do a better message than that. Let's do a tell raw at s. Open and close. We'll have 1, 2 entries. The first one is going to be a little bit of text, and it's going to say waystone added, and a space, and the next one will be NBT. So we'll say, what are you? You are going to come from storage. You're going to get you from ID data, and the NBT path we're going to look for will be waystones. And remember, we've passed the index. We'll just set the index to 0 for now, and we'll say name. Okay, let's copy one of these. Copy. Obviously, we don't want the tag in there. We want the index that we passed. And we'll say you are using data. Oh, not a pound sign, we want a dollar sign. Okay, and we better enable the trigger so they can actually use triggers as well. So let's do that. Scoreboard, players, enable at S, waystone trigger. Okay, let's go back for another quick test. Reload, press that. Waystone added, location 1. Repeat, repeat, yeah. And this one is now location 2. Repeat, repeat, yeah. Right, back we go. So, the first time done. Now, let's do second time. So if they're there for the second time, well, we don't want to say repeat, that's useless. Really, I suppose we want to display a list of available places they can go. So we'll do a tell raw. At S, open and close. We'll just say this is text. Destinations. You can make this look nicer, obviously. In fact, what I'll do is I'll copy that, paste it in there. This one. Now, this is where we can make it more data driven. I'm not going to. I'm going to hard code some of these values, just to make it quicker. Maybe if people like the episode, we'll come back and improve it so we don't have to type all this again. We'll say text. In fact, we're going to need more things, so let's enclose this. This first one is going to say text, and it's going to say location 1. Let's give it a colour, just to make it stand out a bit. Let's say gold, I think we had last time. Okay, so it's going to say text, location 1. And we'll give it a click event. So we stay inside. You know what? In fact, we don't even need, I don't think we even need this. We're only going to have one entry because the click event will go in here. Okay, so this is going to say click event. Okay, what action do you want to take when they click? Well, I want to run a command. Oopsie, I want to run a command. Okay, what is the value of the command you want to run? I would like you to run trigger waystone trigger set 1. I think that's it, really. Seems all right. Yeah, let's copy that. Copy. Paste it down here. Let's just say this one is location 2. We'll say this to a 2. Save. Let's try. Now, what's going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? So, we've got none. We've reset them. So, let's press on 1. First time. Second time. Repeat. Not what I was expecting, to be honest. Let's go back. So we have activate waystone, activate tag check, activate repeat. Okay, is our... Did we do a reload? Is that it? Did I just not do a reload? There we go. Okay, so reset. Silly me. The amount of times I've done troubleshooting trying to find a problem and it's just been that I haven't reloaded. Right, so we don't have either active. Click on this, my first time. Click on it again. It's showing me both. Uh-oh, we don't want to be seeing that one because we haven't unlocked that one yet. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back to where it is displaying them in repeat. So this before this tell raw at S, we want to put a little check in here. And we'll just say tag equals location 1. And we'll take that and we'll put it under this one and we'll say tag equals location 2. So what we could do to make this better, well, I don't know if it'd be better, less work for us in the future, would be we could have it cycle through the list and say if they have tag location 1, then display waystone data index 1. If they have tag location 2, then display location 2. So we could do that. I'm doing the quick setup way, and I'm just hard coding them in here as well. Right, so let's test this anyway. Let's save, go back. Don't forget to reload. Okay. My first time clicking on 1, I click again, I can go to 1. Nice, that's as it should be. And if I click on 2, 2 is added, and now 2 will be shown. Yeah, cool. Back we go. So I would say that is done. Now, we're setting a trigger. Cool. So all we have to do now is have a look for that trigger. Let's close all windows down and let's go to tick. And let's do a check for that trigger. So we'll execute as any player whose scores equals waystone trigger equals 1 or higher. Save that. Don't know why I did a save then. Run function. Teleport init. Save. Okay. Teleport init. Let's go off to teleport init. Now I could put something, I could just say hi in here. Let's reset the trigger as well. Let's reset the trigger first before we do a test. Scoreboard, players, reset, S, waystone trigger, scoreboard, players, enable, S, waystone trigger. Let's go and do a test now. Do a reload, move the tags, press it once, first time, location added, press it again, location 1, click on location 1. Hi, cool. And it'll probably say the same if we click on 2 because we just hard coded hi, 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 hi. Yeah, okay, good enough for testing. We know it's getting there. Let's remove that because it's pretty useless if that's all it does. Right, let's store some temporary data. First of all, let's clear some temporary data. Temporary data storage, ID temp. We'll call it waystone. And now let's save some data. Execute, store, result into storage, ID temp, waystone.index as an integer, multiply it by 1, run scoreboard, players, get, yeah, I see you there, scoreboard players get at S, waystone trigger. So we stored in repeat. Here we go. So they click on location 2. It runs trigger waystone trigger set value to 2. It stores that to 2. And then when the tick function detects that is 2, it runs teleport init, then stores that 2 into waystone index. Okay. That's good. And then I think we'll go off to function teleport init data. We're going to collect the data in here, but we'll pass it with storage ID temp. We'll pass it that index waystone. So now we've passed waystone in ID temp, so now it has access to the index. And to be honest, I think we're done there. Done. Okay, teleport data init. We need to gather all the data. So we've got the index. We've got the index here. So we've got either 0, 1 or 2. And remember, we're never using 0, so it's not going to be here. It's going to be 1 or 2. And we want to get the destination, and we want to split out the X, the Y, the Z, the yaw, and the pitch. That's what we're after. So we'd have waystones, index 1, dot destination, dot 0, dot destination, dot 1, dot 2, dot 3, dot 4. Okay, let's go to teleport init data. Now, before we came here, we've just cleared waystone anyway, and it's only got the index in it, so I'm not going to bother clearing it again. I am going to data, modify, storage, id temp, waystone.x, set from storage, id data, waystones. Let's just hard code a value for now, 1 dot destinations 0. So what would this be doing? Waystones element 1, destinations element 0 into waystone X. That is going to be getting from this one, waystones 1, destination 0. Cool. So we'll keep that one hard coded because we do want element 0, but the index could be changing. So we need to change this one, and we are passing the index, so we can put that in there. And that will get us the X. Let's home copy and 1, 2, 1, 2. Because obviously we don't want the X by itself. We want the Y, and we want the Z, and we want the yaw, and we want the pitch. And that will come from 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, now we'll pass that to the teleport command. So the teleport command is now going to have access to these values. Perfect, that's exactly what we need. We will do function, teleport, with storage, id temp, waystone. We'll save that. We'll go to teleport, and we will, let's just do a say command first. Say, let's get one of those, copy that, end 2, 3, 4, 5. So you are going to be the X, you are going to be the Y, you are going to be the Z, you are going to be the yaw, and you are going to be the pitch. And obviously we have to say you are using data that was passed to you, S. And let's go back. Let's remove our tags. Let's do a reload. Let's click on this. Added 1. Click on it again. Get our list. Waystone trigger set value to 1. Well, it has, but it's not displayed anything to me. That's interesting. So let's go back. Are you even getting here? Let's go back. Teleport init data. Are you arriving here? I think what we'll do is we'll say init data. Save that. Go to teleport. We'll just blank out that in case it's a problem. Say teleport. Save that. Let's go back. Let's do a reload. Oh, said it that time. Okay, let's go and have a look then. So we definitely need the data. That seemed happy. Save that. X, Y, Z, your pitch. That's what we're sending. Okay. So it didn't seem to like this command. Okay, let's just say X. Save. Go back. Do a reload. Doesn't seem to like saying X. Let's have a look at the data. Data, get, storage, ID temp, waystone. Ah, okay, so it doesn't seem to be saving our data. That's so it's so there's, we're trying to say, hey, show me X, and it's saying, well, I haven't got anything in X. Okay, so what have we done that's silly? Why does it not like this? I think what I might do is just do a little test with a hard-coded index. Let's teleport in. Yeah, we did call it index. Okay, that's all right then. Let's do a hard-coded one. Let's just set it to 1. So it's always going to be getting the data from 1. So whichever waystone we click on, it should be looking at the data from this one. Okay, let's save that. Have we set up the data? I'm sure we did. I'm sure we did, but it's worth checking. It's worth checking. There's the data, waystones. Okay. Now, I'm not sure why that's not going in. Why are you not going in there? ID temp waystone. Only has index in there. ID temp, this could have anything in it. Waste. Oh, hello. What have we got here? What's this waystone? Waystone pitch. Is that from I think that's from a previous test. Yeah, because we're not doing that. We do have the dot. So why are you not copying these? Because we know it was coming in here. Say init data, save. And we are resetting the score. Yeah. Let's get that command. Take it over to found no elements matching. Oh. Found no element. Oh, we've called it destinations. Here we go. Destinations. Is it just called destination? Yes, it is. There we go. There's our problem. We're trying to get it from something called destinations, but here it's called destination. I bet you spotted that and you were just pulling my hair out. You're such a fool. Right, where are we? Init data. Let's take off this destinations. And we'll do that. We've hard-coded it currently to always do number 1. Let's go to the teleport. It should just tell us the X. So we're expecting to get a 6. Location 1, give me a 6. Thank you. Let's get rid of that init data bit. Let's set these up so we're using the index again. I can't tell you how often mistakes are as simple as just a spelling mistake like that. And then obviously we have to say you are using data. Now, if we do a test again, we should get a 6 from one of them, and we should get a 13 from the other. Location 1, location 2 is now added, so location 1 should give us a 6, location 2 gives us a 13. It's looking like it's coming together. Let's close down some of these windows. Let's go to teleport, and let's copy that. Copy. Another one, another one, another one, another one. Y, Z, your pitch. We might as well test it. There's not much point. We could have just done the teleport command, but let's test it. Yeah. Yep, and they're different. Cool. Now we just need to plug them into a teleport instead of a say. So we'll just do teleport at S. There we go. We go back. We reload. We come along. Location 1. Boink. Here we are at location 1. Location 2. Boink. Here we are at location 2. Okay. So, job done. What would I like to change on this? Now, for setting up, I mean, if you're going to have lots of waystones, you might have a long list anyway. But for setting up, we are storing data here. So we've got data stored here. Location 1 and location 1, the tag and the name. We are repeating that data here. Location 1 and location 1 as the name as well. So this would be quite nice if we pulled the name and the tag from the data. Doesn't really matter. That would just make it a little bit quicker when you're adding waystones. But this system's not going to work with many waystones anyway, because if you had 30 odd waystones, you'd click on the button and you'd have a stream of 30 waystones coming down here. You don't want many more than that. You can't see many more. So probably not a problem. Something else. Once you've clicked on one waystone, your first waystone you ever click on, it enables that trigger. If you remember, when you first click on a waystone, we come into activate tag check. Activate tag check says, okay, you don't have the tag. Let's run first time. First time activates the trigger. Now the trigger is activated. What we could do then is remove tags. I have no tags, but I do have the trigger. So if I can now just do trigger, waystone trigger, set 1. Waystone trigger, set 2. I haven't actually unlocked them, but I can teleport myself around the map without having unlocked them, because anyone can come along and just type trigger and it's going to autofill and say, well, these are the triggers that are available for you. So something else you might want to add would be, I suppose, in our tick, teleport init, maybe somewhere in here. You might want to say, hang on, they're trying to go to location 1. Do they have the tag for location 1? Because if they haven't, they shouldn't be allowed to do it. That would be something else we could add. 2 things. Anyway, if people like it, maybe we'll revisit it and add those little functions. For now, I'm just going to leave it there. So take care, have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.